Good morning, everyone.
It's gonna get dark soon.
It's Wednesday. What a beautiful day. The 28th of February. Oh my God, it's a leap year. Tomorrow is the 29th. It's Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. It's time for Golden VCR. Let's do some taping. Hey everybody, good morning. How are y'all doing? I'm doing pretty well, I have to say. Oh my God, your dad and your sewing instructor have birthdays so close together. What are the odds? I'm sure your sewing instructor will be glad to hear from you, and it's really lovely to have that kind of sewing instructor relationship where you can keep in touch. Steven's doing well, I think. He came over and slept again and got some good sleep. So that's good for him. Sleep is really good. I'm noticing that 7 hours ago we had a sub from Sakura Celica, so thank you to Sakura Celica if you're watching. I did make him biscuits and gravy. Yeah, did he mention that? I've only made him or anyone else biscuits and gravy once. That was the only time. Real quick, I wanted to do a little show and tell, just for funsies. So this is Resolve. This is my Prayer Bear, alert, where I rotoscoped him in the bottom right, and he says his whole line. And then I made a different version of that to make an emote. I've just been working on some little one-off tools to make it easier to make emotes from videos. So I have this looping little thing of Prayer Bear. Oh my God, it works. It got approved. Excellent. I didn't realize it was working. I thought it was going to be a really anticlimactic thing where I showed how I made this emote, and then I'm like, the emote doesn't work yet because Twitch has to approve it. But no, they approved it. So anyway, this is just he's just in the middle of this huge frame, right? But I rendered that out to this just sequence of files with a transparent background. And then I wrote some fun code to crop those frames and resize them and then render them into a GIF. So if I just run this make emote script and tell it to make an emote out of Prayer Bear, it will do all this fun stuff. So it'll take these full frames and crop them down so that it just fits, so that it's just the right size to fit every frame of Prayer Bear, and then it will resize them to the various sizes of Twitch that Twitch and Discord expect for emotes. So here's 28 pixel by 28 pixel, just tiny Prayer Bear animating individual frames, and then it will create animated GIFs out of those frames. And not to get too technical, but it will handle adding the little fringe to because a GIF only has 1-bit transparency. It's either on or off. So you have to kind of choose what background color you're going to use and then have the anti-aliasing sort of pre-baked into it. So it does all that. You may or may not care about all of that, but the point is that we now have a Prayer Bear emote for one, and I have a pipeline now for making GIFs out of rotoscoped footage that I export from Resolve. So As always, I know I've been requesting emote and alert ideas for a long time and not actually acting on them because it takes a lot of work. It takes slightly less work now, so your emote ideas are more likely to be entertained, so please keep them coming. We can, in fact, do a Peter Gabriel emote. Maybe I'll do horny chair. Okay, so what are we going to watch today? Let's get into it. Why don't we see if random will serve us well? How about that? Here. Yes, and shout out to Facebook's Bingo. Go check it out in the Discord if you haven't. And I may as well just... there's a Discord link if you're not in the Discord yet. So, okay. Unscreened. No fitness. No mystery. Random tape. Oh, we need to remove these. Random tape again. That's a movie. Random tape. Where there's a will, there's an A. How to get better grades in college. That one has 14 favorites, surprisingly. Let's pop it in. Let's pop it in, why don't we? And we'll see if we like it after 20 minutes. That is, where there's a will, there's an A. How to get better grades in college. It's a 2-tape set. We're probably not going to watch both. Let's do it. Oh yes, so this one, yeah, I still haven't figured out how to set the VCR back to not displaying the wrong time. This is Where There's a Will, There's an A. How to Get Better Grades in College by Professor Claude Olney. It's in this wonderful packaging because it's 2 tapes. I found this at the thrift store. When I was scanning these tapes, I opened it up. There was a dead spider in here with like cobwebs. I have since cleaned out the dead spider, but it was like a gnarly dead spider. So here we go. Here's our 2 tapes. We'll start out with tape 1. Oh my god, it's not been rewound. Let's pick a different tape because this is very long. I'm going to rewind this. I am not waiting. I'm not sitting here waiting on this. I already wasted enough time talking about Prayer Bear emotes. I don't think so. It doesn't officially count as unkind if there's a prediction, but and we don't watch it, but it still can be unkind. You can feel the unkindness in your heart if you're so inclined. Let's see. Tapes. No fitness, no mystery, no features. Why can't I just have a back button in OBS browser source? Okay. World's Greatest Train Ride Videos. Trans-Siberia. That looks great. You want to learn about the Trans-Siberian Railroad? Contributed by West Coast Deb. World's Greatest Train Ride Video. Experience the breathtaking excitement of authentic train travel. 1995. Let's do it. Let's do it, and then we can learn later how to get better grades in college. This is it's much easier. Like, so every time I have to go get a tape off the shelf, I close the website, I switch over to this camera so you can see me getting it, and then I mute. And now that's 3 buttons instead of a weird combination of keyboard shortcuts and clicking on stuff. But I still have to get the muscle memory of, like, it's going to be these 3 buttons. Boom. I want to make my own Leica emote. But I don't have any VHS footage of Leica, so I don't know how I would do that. This is the world's greatest train ride videos, Trans-Siberia. Let's check it out. It's also in an attractive Disney-style plastic case. And it says, the world's greatest train ride video series takes you on the train adventure of a lifetime. Filled with all the breathtaking excitement of authentic train travel, this exhilarating journey through Russia takes you on a complete rail tour. You'll experience the heart of Mother Russia as the Trans-Siberian Express crosses the vast expanse of this enormous and diverse country. Traveling almost 6,000 miles across 7 time zones, your journey begins in historic central Moscow. You'll steam across the mighty Volga River, the longest in Europe, across the frozen wilderness of Siberia to your final destination, the city of Novopka. Along the way, you'll experience for yourself the supreme wilderness of Siberia, enjoy breathtaking photography, informative narration, and get a real feel for Russian culture and its rich heritage. The world's greatest train ride video to Siberia features extraordinary scenic beauty, historical landmarks, and many, many memorable points adventures around every bend. Ready? All aboard! All aboard. This is from roughly 1995, so Russia at this point was had experienced its like overthrow of the Soviet regime and was like just, you know, getting its foothold in like how to be super corrupt. So, but in like a different way. But Russian culture and the Russian people, we're here for it. Approximate cassette length 55 minutes. Let's go. It is not, in fact, 9:24 p.m. And I am going to focus this real quick. Focus. Okay. Here we go. All aboard. Oh, I haven't started the thing. Now I've started the thing. Oh, what a way to start. There we go. The Trans-Siberian Orchestra, riding on the Trans-Siberian Railroad. Thank you. A Publisher's Choice video presentation.
Journey across the globe from Scotland to China with world's greatest train ride videos. Experience the breathtaking thrill and adventure of authentic train travel as you follow the tracks to unique history, fascinating people, and breathtaking scenery. All aboard!
All aboard! I have seen the there's an old Vice documentary where like Shane Smith and some Vice reporters go take a trip on the Trans-Siberian Railroad, and it's just like a bunch of like super drunk like Gopnik types,
more than 40 times the area,
like young Russian dudes that just like threaten them and then drink vodka with them.
91,000 miles of lines,
and it's very hot.
A vital network for the country. It handles 45% of the country's passenger traffic, 10 million people a day for a population of 168 million. Without the railroad, the Soviet Union would be paralyzed, for it handles 65% of the freight transport.
Oh, so this was produced before the...
On a 6-day voyage.
For the collapse of the Soviet Union. It was Christmas 1991. So this was older.
Alexander is 38 years old. He's married and has 3 daughters. He's a member of the Communist Party. His assistant is 24 years old.
Hot, yeah, as in like really, really sweaty.
Valentina is also 38. They've been married for 15 years. On Sunday mornings, there's a free market nearby. We won't be showing you the picture postcard Moscow. Red Square, the golden domes of the Kremlin, the banks of the Moskva, but everyday Moscow.
I like that. I like this everyday footage of
Lines. The curse of daily life for the Soviets. Waiting in lines takes up several hours a day.
who was the Soviet premier and like at the end? Gorbachev.
Alexander and Valentina take us to their place. This is also something new, being admitted into the privacy of a Soviet home. Will they feel free to speak their minds?
Late Gorbachev era Soviet Union. Everyday
They
footage.
live about 20 kilometers from the center of Moscow. These projects are 20 to 25 stories high. This is the very latest housing. Moscow has 9 million inhabitants.
No, Gorbachev was Soviet.
They've
Yeah.
just moved in.
He was
They
the
have 700 square feet for 6 people.
the premier during
Father,
Chernobyl
mother,
too.
3 children and the grandmother. This is the new norm. But most Muscovites squeezed into tiny apartments don't have nearly that much room. They even have their own kitchen, whereas before one kitchen shared by 2 or even 4 apartments was standard. How do they manage? Alexander's take-home pay is 350 rubles a month, which makes $630 at the official exchange rate. And Valentina spends 400 rubles a
Mr.
month.
Gorbachev turned on this wall. Yeah,
How do they make
yeah,
ends
because East Germany was a
Valentina makes 80 rubles knitting sweaters, and the grandmother's pension is 30 rubles a month. So they have
strong
savings
partner
every
of
month.
the Soviet Union,
Then
let's
have to
say.
Take out 25 rubles for rent, electricity, and the telephone.
East Germany was a
Family of 6, that
communist
means 35
regime
rubles for clothes,
propped up by the
leisure,
Soviets.
and health. For even though the local doctor is free, the cost of medicine is reimbursed only for serious illnesses. That means that a car, 9 or 10,000 rubles, and a 2-year wait is something they can only dream about. They had to save for years to buy a TV, 800 rubles for the lowest priced models.
It was.
The electric clock
Oh
on the
man,
television, Alexander made it himself.
he made that clock. Oh my God. Yeah, East Germany wasn't a Soviet republic though. Like, you know, Turkmenistan and Ukraine and Belarus and all of those other countries that today are independent again were
The
you
record
know,
player cost 600 rubles.
Soviet republics,
also add that
the
buying
Turkmen
on
Soviet
credit
Republic. So they were
Their life isn't
very
easy.
much puppet
Valentina
states.
doesn't hide the fact. Perestroika, glasnost, restructuration, and transparency. That's all anyone ever talks about.
Whereas East Germany was still like technically its own power.
What are we lacking now? Oh, there's a shortage of lots of things. Yeah, lots of things we're missing. But what about you? What are you lacking? What are we lacking? The problem is everyday goods. Often we have the money, but there's nothing to buy with it. Are there certain things you envy about the women that live in the West? Certain things, yes.
I was expecting this to be all train footage, and I'm very pleasantly surprised to see this documentary about everyday Soviet life. It's interesting to see all these like giant, Khrushchevka apartment buildings,
Do you envy in them?
because I've seen like a lot of modern footage of.
As a woman, I envy them.
I've seen a lot of footage of these old apartment buildings that people still live in Russia, and how like decrepit and
Products
run
in
down they are.
stores, Food. They can buy clothes. And they're free to travel with their children, with their families. You're not talking about traveling within the country, but trips abroad. Yes. They can take trips abroad with their families. They travel. And for that, I do envy them. But otherwise, I do like living in the USSR.
Yeah, what a wild time. There were not that many years separating the time of like purges and hardcore violent state repression of dissent to like, hey everybody, it's cool now. We're all transparent and fun. You can talk about stuff. And I guess the pendulum has kind of swung back the other way because there's a lot of violent state repression of dissent in Russia now.
I want us to be able to speak out, to express our ideas without being judged or persecuted. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression is something quite wonderful. Here's one of the rare visible effects of the perestroika.
Oh, the promise of the 90s.
Moscow. It's one of the main arteries of the old town. Napoleon's troops used it to reach the Kremlin. Today it's a pedestrian street. This is something new. Painters of all sorts have fled the stodgy academies and taken to the streets. Here they exhibit and sell their work. Before Gorbachev, Arbet Street was just like any other street. It's become a strip of freedom, the envy of all the rest of the Soviet Union.
I like this song. It's like the Soviet
How long will it
Louis
take
Armstrong.
to change things? And how long will the perestroika last? That all depends on how we go about it. It took Lenin a long time to found the party and bring down the old order. It's hard to say. It won't be all that quick. Everyone has to feel it from within. I think our children will feel the effects of the perestroika. One last question, Valia. You're wearing a cross and you have an icon of the Virgin Mary in your home. Are you religious? Do you believe in God? I don't believe in an actual being who exists somewhere up in heaven. For me, God is generosity, human kindness, that which is holy in the human soul. That's what God is for me.
Yeah, as a reminder, this is World's Greatest Train Ride Videos. All aboard!
Alexander works 41 hours a week. He gets a month's vacation. He'll retire at the age of 51.
That was a really
The railway company gives him and his family
nice 15
a
minutes
year.
to introduce this.
There are two types of car. With
It really does take you to, like,
shared sinks,
the reality that people are
That's a
living.
problem for the 6-day travelers, those going all the way to Vladivostok. This couple lives in Shitap in Siberia. The old woman just spent 15 days in Moscow visiting her children. You're finally settled in, and already you've come to the realization that the Trans-Siberian of your dreams, with its padded seats, lacquered furniture in the compartments, the dining cars alight with dazzling crystal and silverware, is a thing of the past. You'll come to know a different train.
So Gilded Age. I love it.
$5,810 miles, the longest train route in the world, more than a quarter of the way around the Earth. For train lovers, it's a legend, a myth. The journey lasts 6 days. By plane, it takes 8 hours. Noon in Moscow means 7 p.m. in Vladivostok.
So I guess this was produced by France 2. Written and directed by François Gall and Bernard de Abrigeon. So yeah, this was adapted.
All the trains are in radio contact with the way station.
This was produced by French television.
The price of the ticket Moscow-Vladivostok is 69 rubles, about $130, in a compartment with 4 berths. It's $290 for a double.
Диван, чемодан.
Диван, чемодан, шоколад. Катина.
Yep, of course.
The sun has managed to come out from behind the clouds to greet us as we pull into Yaroslav, one of the most beautiful cities of Russia. Yaroslav was founded in the year 1010, even before Moscow, as a citadel to control the crossings of the Volga River, a vital trade route. Down through the centuries, the merchants have built more than 50 churches.
Yep, see you later, Tro. This is really fascinating. We've seen tapes like this before, where it's a very chill, just sort of meandering journey. And I really like that style of production. It's the closest thing to actually traveling there. And you can...
Near Yaroslav, we have a curious establishment. It's not a military training camp, and it's not a vacation village. It's more like an amusement park ride, a scale model toy, but it also seems like very cleverly organized indoctrination. These are not all children of railway employees, but they'll all most likely end up working for the company. Today, our station master is a girl.
How progressive. Children in positions of power. But you know, watching this tape is sort of, it sort of captures what it's like to travel to this place. And you can still travel to this place, but you cannot travel to Perestroika era Soviet Union. This place really no longer exists. Are those children dressed up as babushka? Babushki?
We're on our way again. The track gauge is 1 meter 52, larger than in the rest of Europe, where it's 1 meter 43.
They've each been assigned a job by the state.
Crossing the Volga,
Some of them, their job is to be a grandma.
Trans-Siberian has an average speed of 36.5 miles per hour, and Glasnost has made it known that upping the speed is out of the question before the year 2000. The Moscow-Leningrad Express, which tops 125 miles per hour, will have no rivals. The fact is, the Soviet Railways has other pressing needs. New track, extending lines, renewal of the rolling stock. There's a samovar in every car, a cup of tea with sugar costs a penny, a bit less without sugar. There are 2 attendants per car. They take turns, each working one 12-hour shift per day. 38 attendants for the 19 cars that make up the train. Two Dutch tourists, Soraya Karam and Elvira Helmskerk. They're going to vacation in China, and rather than take the train, they've succumbed to the lure of the Trans-Siberian.
Soraya, you want sugar in the tea? No? Okay. But it's nice, huh? It's a nice girl also. You don't think so?
And after Irkutsk, where
I mean, I'm sure they're converting from rubles and kopecks.
we head for Peking.
Would have been a few
Yes,
kopecks.
Then again by train to Xi'an. After that, the plane to Chengdu. Then we go to Guilin. The nature is wonderful at Guilin. Then we fly to Hong Kong. What do you think of these cars on the Trans-Siberian? The comfort, the personnel? Oh, the service is very good. The girls are very nice, but it's a bit hot. The food is good, and it's not very expensive.
But yeah,
So we have a lot
the
of
U.S.
money
the U.S.
spent
halfpenny
on,
was discontinued in 1857,
we have a lot of money left.
but I think the U.K. had halfpennies for a lot longer.
From the second day, and especially the third day out, the towns and villages get further and further apart. We move through stands of beech trees and evergreens interspersed with clearings. The head conductor. The attendants are under her orders, and they check the tickets. There are no ticket takers. She announces the stations, and she plays the role of disc jockey, selecting the music for the train. Three cooks and a dishwasher.
She is. She's the Soviet train DJ.
A vendor goes door to door through the train offering hot dishes. Sorry, no sandwiches, peanuts, or candy bars.
Yay, welcome back, Bella. We have made it onto the train. After 15 minutes of very fascinating, interview footage and just sort of man-on-the-street documentary about everyday lives of Soviet people during Perestroika. I think that looks good. Oh no, Conductor Dave.
There are two identical dining cars in the middle of the train.
Don't drop the trays, Conductor.
9 in the morning till 9 at night. They close for 2 hours.
Conductor Yevgeny.
You can get a good hearty meal for about $3. Wine, beer, and liquor are not allowed anywhere in the Soviet railway system. The hors d'oeuvres are sold by weight, not by the portion. Each slice of sausage is carefully weighed. No calculator, but the good old-fashioned abacus.
The abacus is so cool.
An important landmark. We are now leaving Europe and entering Asia. 4 girls from the Komsomol, the communist youth movement. They're quite excited. They're giggling. What's going on? Well, we're students in a polytechnic school. We were sent to Sochi on an agricultural assignment. We were picking walnuts and tea.
It's a glazed radioactive ham. I love it.
Via Moscow. And at Novosibirsk, We missed our train. We almost had to walk home. They let us get on this train, which will take us to the Taiga. We just hope we can catch up with our train.
It's a train that runs on math.
The next stop, the moment of truth for these girls.
God, look at all these teen fashions of the late Soviet era. I love it.
Fog, rain, sleet, and dust have all left the cars covered with a thick layer of dirt. There's no regular cleaning service, so if you want a clean window, it's a do-it-yourself proposition.
That's great. I wish I had thought of that when we took Amtrak.
And each traveler plunges into his own thoughts, rocked by a melancholy air.
See, I may be alone in this, but if I were riding a train, I would really want there to be an old man playing the accordion, like the whole time. Just the atmosphere of this is wonderful. But I grew up with my grandpa playing the accordion at like family events, so maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm a pro accordion shill.
Imperceptibly, night follows day, which follows night. Is today Tuesday or Thursday? Little by little, we've lost the notion of time. 3 o'clock in the morning. One more station, just like all the others. Where are we? Numbed by the rhythm of the rails, it's been a long time since we've even glanced at the map.
Ooh, polka. Hi, Dan. How you doing? We're learning about Soviet train.
Work continues.
Oh no, that poor seal.
Servicemen getting back to their units from leave.
Hey, Private Butter for Christ, thank you for gifting a sub to Dan.
We're about to get moving. Nope.
Oh, and it's Chaz. Howdy,
The train
Chaz.
is immobilized for more than 2 hours. It's an emergency. The wheels of the car in front of us were getting dangerously hot. They have to change the whole wheel assembly.
This is the world's greatest train ride videos, Trans-Siberia.
How close was it to breaking?
From the packaging, it's just like a fun train ride through the Trans-Siberian Railroad.
Was this a near disaster? The train crew...
Copyright 1995, but this was actually produced earlier during Perestroika, like when the Soviet Union was still a thing.
Well, things have changed.
And it was produced by French public television.
By the Minister of Communications.
So it started out with just 15 minutes of like interviewing ordinary Soviet citizens
Podaryov speaking.
about what life was like under Perestroika, and so it's very fascinating.
By action. Do you fully realize your responsibilities to the public and to your superiors? What kind of political and national awareness do you have? Yes, it is possible to go through a bad quarter, even a second bad quarter. But when the commitments are never respected, it means you couldn't care less about your responsibilities and your work. The narrator continues. What you see here are not the ravages of war, but today's vandalism. This is how the users treat the cars. The country badly needs rolling stock, and we can no longer say that this is simply due to negligence. Putting equipment into service and repairing it are costly operations. The commentator also criticizes the computerized system of ticket reservations and sales. There's only one center in Moscow for a population of 9 million.
Damn computers.
The
Ruining
employees
logistics.
are not always efficient, he specifies. He also points out the shortage of telephones, the shortage of trains. The system doesn't measure up, he concludes.
Yeah, try it. It looks like this is a series. I don't know if it's a series of like repackaged
Doctor of Science
versions of
talks about
other
development of locomotive prototypes.
unrelated train-related videos,
Of the national priority.
or if it's a series that are all like produced by France too.
But they've already concluded. They've decided to launch a series of locomotives with thyristor-controlled connectorless motors. 44 locomotives are already under construction.
But I really do.
Where?
I really have enjoyed this more than I thought I would.
In France, of course. And here? And here it's still dragging along.
Земля моя радость, любимая песня моя.
Novosibirsk, the third largest city after Moscow and Leningrad, a population of 1,400,000. This mushroom town has doubled in 20 years.
That's Dan.
It's the jewel of the new dynamic Siberia.
Is that Andy Griffith? Probably not. Is this a daycare center with a bust of Lenin? Oh man.
The daycare center of the station is resolutely placed under the edifying protection of Comrade Lenin. We see him as a blonde, curly-haired baby, then a little boy, an adolescent, a young man, as an adult, and lastly with a protective arm around his mother.
Please interview the children about their thoughts on Lenin. Yeah, a Dan alert is a good idea. I need to go back and find the Dan tape.
Siberia has a higher standard of living than the rest of the country. 39-year-old Sergei Finutko, engineer on the Trans-Siberian, owns a car, unlike his co-workers in Moscow. The fact is he earns 15% more than them.
Is that a
If he were to
lot?
live even further out in the Soviet Far East, his salary would be 30% more, and in Kamchatka, 100% more. A strong incentive. The idea is to populate these almost uninhabited territories.
God, they really loved big old statues.
Sergei and his family also own a dacha, a small country house, with a vegetable garden. They built it themselves, just like their neighbor is building his. The whole village, in fact, was built by the inhabitants.
This looks like a very picturesque slice of Siberia in the summer. Hey, thank you for the
They
200
don't
bits,
own the
Jason.
land. It's on loan from the state, but they will be able to pass the house on to their children. It was Alexis, Sergei's father-in-law, who obtained this benefit as a veteran. There was only a 1-year wait, he says. Sergei, the locomotive engineer, likes living in Siberia. Obviously, he enjoys being able to fish in these unpolluted rivers that he has all to himself. But there's more.
That does look like
There
a
are
Soviet
wide open
penguin.
spaces, which give a feeling of limitless freedom.
Два. Винника и таких хороших. Деды покажешь, деды определит. Ну или подтащи ближе, я определю.
Меня вы ждете?
Да, контролер идет. Ну, берегитесь.
Молодцы, молодцы.
Берегитесь. Митюшу
Так,
проконтролируй
давайте,
там. Так, это
Сейчас
сразу
только, знаешь.
надо отсортировать, потому что в первую что очередь говорите, что во вторую.
Ну давайте. Вот это вот жарить пойдет, вот уже готово.
Все, да, контролер.
Man, I've seen a lot of like modern
Talk about
travel
perestroika
footage
here,
of
sir.
Siberia.
Do you have co-workers who are against perestroika? Yes, and not only co-workers. I have friends, unfortunately, who are against it. If it weren't for them, the goals would already have been reached. Why are they against perestroika? Well, there are the hard opponents, and then there are the soft opponents. The soft opponents are not actively resisting, but they do slow down the perestroika.
All aboard
People don't all think
for
these things
fascinating
out at the
documentary
same
footage.
pace. We hope the perestroika will pick up momentum. Among your co-workers, is there an active resistance or maybe even sabotage? No, no sabotage, but more of an inertia. Not so much a physical inertia, it's more of a moral inertia. It's hard to change people's everyday habits. Now, that's true. But there are also people who don't like to work, and they drag their heels on perestroika.
Надо отдыхать перед поездкой.
Ну правильно.
Ну и работа.
God, those are some nice looking carrots.
The vegetable garden is their pride and joy. It does mean that much less time waiting in the food store lines.
Ну я тебя спрашиваю, куда ты будешь брать?
Второму открыть сигнал вам. С левой стороны беру.
Sergei has started his shift. Every major station brings a new crop of local newspapers.
No. That's just an emote. This prayer bearer
It's gonna get dark soon.
is 200 bits. I was thinking, yeah, it always has been. So I need to. I think it would be better if there were like the commands are nice, but it's not entirely immediately clear that they use fun points. So I might like have, normal commands be prefixed with an exclamation point and then change it to like a $sign or something. I don't know. Yeah, I just need I need to write an extension. I made an overlay extension already, but I abandoned it because it doesn't work on mobile. If you want an overlay extension on mobile, that's a separate type of extension called mobile, like a mobile extension. And if you want that to work on the Twitch iOS app, you have to register
Changing locomotives.
for the $100 a year Apple developer account and like give a key to Twitch to prove that you are authorized to deploy your code on their thing. I mean, nothing would break. It's just like
The 5,810 miles of the
if there's
Trans-Siberian,
extra functionality,
3,000 are electrified.
I want it to work on all
Diesel power
platforms.
covers the rest. Steam power was finally phased out on the whole network
That
only
makes
in
sense, yeah.
1978.
Like, I had it so that you would do, like, number of fun points, and then number of fun points as a command, and then, like, your message, and it does the same thing as cheering, but that's kind of confusing, so then I added, like, you know, instead of that, you can do that. But it makes it less explicit that you are spending fun points. So yeah, I think more informational documentation would help. I think also I could make it I think if I make it a panel extension, which is where it appears just in like the information below the video, and it would give you special controls to do alerts or whatever. I think that would work on mobile, although I'm not actually sure. Maybe it doesn't. But yeah, Tape Boy needs to be able to talk, like to tell you, hey, this command didn't work or whatever.
We begin to see snow as we approach Lake Baikal. The Trans-Siberian follows its shoreline.
We learned recently that
70 miles.
you actually can whisper in Twitch IRC. I assumed that they didn't let you do that, but you can.
This is the deepest lake in the world, just over a mile deep. It contains 1/5 of our planet's fresh water.
So that could be useful too. Howdy, Dark Overlord.
It was created
We're
25
learning
million
about
years ago.
train.
And of the dozens of species of fish it contains, 27 are found nowhere else.
Like I could even, if you use like the first time you use a command that costs points, using a shorthand command that not Prayer Boy, Tape Boy. Tape Boy could whisper you and be like, "Hey, just so you know, this command costs this many fun points." And then once you confirm, it just saves that in a database and doesn't ask you again. But I'm trying to find the like least complicated way of doing this. From like a UX perspective mainly.
We find the same charm of the old timberwork stations in the izbas of Irkutsk near Baikal. Like this one, the home of Prince Trubetskoy, leader of the December uprising. On the 14th of December, 1825, a group of aristocrats rebelled in order to impose a constitutional monarchy on the Tsar. The rebellion was crushed, and 120 Decembrists were exiled to Siberia.
Oh, that's where the Decemberists come from. The December uprising. Oh, he's so cute. Look at his little square eyes.
The princess was hostess to a renowned literary salon at Irkutsk. At that time, French was the language used every day by the cultured class. The Soviet rulers regard the Decembrists as true revolutionaries, and they honor their memory. In this region, they've succeeded in creating a second Trans-Siberian line, 2,600 miles long. It took more than 45 years. The work was often interrupted, but always resumed, and all under some of the worst geographic and climatic conditions on Earth. Much more than a public works project, it was an epic. It's the BAM, the Baikal-Amur line, named after the mighty river of the Far East. It passes to the north of Lake Baikal. On the BAM line, we dug 7 tunnels, constructed more than 50 stations. 7 mountain ranges, the permafrost, seismic problems, a very dense system of rivers. The thermometer sometimes drops to minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit. On October 27, 1984, the line was opened. The BAM opens up enormous possibilities for transportation and industry between Moscow and Vladivostok.
Takes my breath away.
Back underway with our Trans-Siberian. The region of Khabarovsk is included in the vast project to develop the Soviet Far East and create a practically autonomous industrial and technical entity. 250 new enterprises have been set up. The salaries here are 30% higher than in Moscow.
Can you imagine getting paid more to live in the middle of nowhere? Not because the cost of living is higher, but because the state wants to incentivize mass migration.
A natural frontier between Russia and China. The station of Khabarovsk.
I guess, yeah, companies will do that to lure people to unattractive areas.
The mountains we see across the horizon are in China. Up until now, we've been traveling east. Now we head due south. The chess players have finally finished their interminable game. In the USSR, they like formal ceremonies. They're also fond of medals, so this is a perfect occasion.
My God. Is this real? The train conductor comes by and just gives you a medal for winning the chess game. Oh, that's beautiful.
Nakobka, end of the line. Foreigners can't go all the way to Vladivostok. They have to get off here.
Wow, perestroika, but you couldn't go to Vladivostok if you weren't a Soviet citizen.
Well, there we have it. The trip is finished. The longest train journey in the world, 5,810 miles, 6 days and 6 nights. For those who wanted to live out their dream of the Trans-Siberian Railroad, to exercise the spell of this mythical train, There's nothing left to see, nothing left to experience. It's over.
Oh, it's a chess piece. Beautiful.
For others, the Trans-Siberian is also a means of transportation, a way to get somewhere else, and a huge white boat is waiting for them. In 2 days, they'll land in Yokohama, Tokyo's port. There, it's a new adventure called Japan, and that is another story.
Howdy. We're toward the end of this tape called The World's Greatest Train Ride Videos, Trans-Siberia, which looked like just a plain old, here's a bunch of train footage, but it was actually a really fascinating documentary produced by French television during the era of perestroika, like toward the end of the Soviet Union. So it's been a fascinating glimpse into the everyday lives of Soviet people. Dog. Aww. That's boring. If they're super boring, we tend to skip them. Like if something looks boring, we'll crack into it and see how we feel about it after like 30 minutes. Do a poll. But I don't know. I'm rarely like super bored. We're here to chill. We're here to vibe. The producers wish to thank the Department of Communications, Gosto Radio Aeroflot Transtour. Oh yeah, I still have that tape. We can go back to it. What is it? The Virginia Plantation Homes tape was pretty oof. That was pretty boring, yeah. We ended that one early. Copyright 1989. Okay, 2 years before the fall of the Soviet Union. I think the most painful tape we've watched has been Chatter Chipmunk. Yeah. The North Carolina... also, welcome, Argy Biz. How you doing? I think the North Carolina tape wasn't that bad. I was just expecting it to be much better, and I was in a foul mood that day.
See you on the next World's Greatest Train Ride Video Adventure.
Yeah, the packaging and branding of this tape is very, very different indeed from the actual content of the tape. We do have a potential very boring tape, which is Where There's a Will, There's an A, How to Get Better Grades in College. I might do a palate cleanser in between, though. I did rewind that one. But let's see. Thank you, Bella Bunny. I have a lot of tapes yet to add to the catalog here, but these are all the tapes we haven't watched yet that we can choose from. Can we do a Kidsongs? I suppose we could do a Kidsongs. I really want to watch An Evening with Louis Grizzard at some point, though. But it doesn't have to be today. Let's see. There's also sports. There's Tony Robbins. Animal Alphabet. Oh, I mean, I don't know how. Oh yeah, I did buy tape number 1 in the Paralandra microbial balancing program, just so we could see what the hell that lady was talking about. Le Long Jus. This one's entirely in French, and it's 70 minutes. So, I don't know. There was something that caught my eye earlier that I was like, oh, we can pop that one in. Do y'all want to just do a bunch? That we can do like polls 10 minutes in and be done with them? Or do you want a Kidsongs? What? The Viking sewing machine? We have had a lot of Viking tapes, none of which have been about actual Scandinavian Vikings. I don't know how long that one is. It looks very long. Oh my god. Everyone... I've said the names of like... I've thrown out like 5 different tapes, and everyone every time is like, yes, that one! Oh, awesome, Jace. Okay, tell you what. Let's do a Kidsongs, okay? Let's do a Kidsongs, and then we can roll into just a bunch of random shit. How is that? Sure. I'll make a poll for Kidsongs. There's cars. Let's sort by favorites. I'm making a poll. Kidsongs. Very silly. Cars, boats, trains, planes. Good night, sleep. Tight. Let's play ball or play along songs. 1 minute. Choose your fate. There is a poll. It is live now. Oh, it is a race now between very silly songs and cars, boats, trains, and planes. Everyone's in a transportation mood. What's it gonna be? Very Silly has pulled ahead. Oh no. I don't know. I have not stopped to consider which of these I care to listen to right now. Very Silly. Oh, it's neck and neck, folks. It's neck and neck. It's still a tie. The poll is in chat. You have a few seconds. You can decide. Every vote makes a difference. Every vote counts. It's a tie. Why is it always a tie? All right, let me get these off of the shelf. These are... Nope, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Let's see. Very Silly is 227. Cars, Boats, 215. All right. Be right back. Someone name a show tune. First show tune you can think of. Broadway Baby, don't know that one at all. Okay. Old Man River I know too well. Okay, give my regards to Broadway. That's a good one. Okay, here we go. We've got very silly songs and cars, boats, planes, and trains. Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the snares down on Second Street I'll be going there. If you come to Broadway, I'll hit you with a cane. Give my regards to Broadway. My ass is in a pain. It's going to be Cars, Boats, Trains, and Planes. All right, we did it. We eeny, money, mowed it. Cars, Boats, Planes, and Trains. Kid songs. This is going to be a special one. I have a feeling about it. It has been rewound. And we need to eject the previous tape. Now that's what call golden of VCR. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, J-Spook. Kid songs. Ghost of Singing Trains. I really enjoyed Trans-Siberian Railroad documentary. That was very good. And now we are moving on to, sent in by Haley92, Cars, Boats, Trains, and Planes. When Uncle George drives the Kidsongs kids to the park in his antique auto, everybody has a good time. But Mike, we get Mike in this one. Mike the dog has the best time of all. He joins the kids for a ride on the daylight train in the park, and the kids hop off for a day of fun. Some songs on. Join the kids as Mike and Mary Chase rides up, down, and round, carousel, up and away. Then we got car song. What? Row your boat. We got wheels. Where is my little dog gone? I like trucks. Wild Blue Yonder, and the bus song. Oh. Oh, the kid songs, kids. Being pelted by fruit. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, that's a very accurate rendition of Tom Ass the Tank Engine. Time for tape. We can delay it no longer. It is time for kid songs. Y'all ready for this intro? Dun, dun, dun. I'm excited to see which of these are original kid songs. Kid song songs. The original songs are usually easy to spot because they're bad.
A leader in children's entertainment.
No lyrics card in this one.
Warner Brothers Records, a pioneer in the music video industry, present a Together Again video production of Kid Songs.
Here we go.
Take you riding in the car. Take you riding in the car. Take you riding in the car. Take you riding in the car.
Have a great time. Uncle George, I'm depending on you to keep them out of trouble.
Oh my God, that hair.
Too, Uncle George, not like last time.
Lock your door and buckle up. Lock your door and buckle up. Lock your door and buckle up. Take you riding in the car. Engine it goes boom boom. Engine it goes boom boom. Engine it goes boom boom.
I'm pretty sure all of these are produced in California, in Southern California. The palm trees in the apartment buildings look very LA. This is a fever dream, yeah.
Take you riding in the car. Take you riding in the car. Take you riding in the car.
Is Uncle George gonna be Mr. World levels of weird?
Great! You guys want to go on the train? Yeah!
you all around the world, bring you home again.
Get on board, little children.
Get on board, little children, get on board. Little children, we're going to see the Lord.
Daylight train's a good train, best train on the track. No matter where you travel, it always brings you back.
Get on board, little children.
Children, get on board. Little children, get on board. Little children, let's fight for human rights. I hear the mob a-howling, they're coming around the square. Gonna catch those freedom fighters.
And through the afternoon, never stops a running, they were rising of the moon.
Get on
Board. Little children, get on board. Little children, get on board. Oh, children, let's fight for human rights.
Little children, get on board. Little children, get on board. Little children, there's room for many and more. Get on board. Little children, get on board. Little children, get on board. Little children, there's room for many and more.
Roof. Is this an original Kidsongs song? Up and down, round and round. Oh, Uncle George. You're a very bad uncle.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. They're the Kidsongs kids. That's all you need to know. Don't ask questions.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily.
Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. Merrily, 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 row. Aw, a chaste, middle-aged kiss.
Merrily, merrily, life is but a dream.
Oh, it's the Kidsongs theme song. This is the song? It's the intro song. called I Got Wheels. Is this downtown LA? No. Let's see. A border collie boat. It may have not liked lovers. I don't know. It's very puritanical sometimes. I'll check the log. Yes. Oh. So usually it says like your prompt, the text you gave us, contain text that is not allowed by our safety system. Oh my God, this song. To ride my beautiful balloon. This one says something slightly different. It says it was rejected. Image descriptions generated from your prompt. Oh no, wait, no, it's the same thing. It just doesn't like lovers. In my beautiful balloon, up and away. Yeah, this is a very Barry Manilow rendition of Up and Away. So, like, I guess they had to license this song. This was produced by Warner Brothers Records. Place in my beautiful balloon. It wears a nicer face in my beautiful balloon. Sing a song, sailing along the silver sky, for we can fly. Up and away in my beautiful balloon. Ah, Jesus, it doesn't like kissing. Maybe it doesn't like kissing because there's also a dog there, and that I don't know.
Dog in that balloon that just left?
Yes, a black and white one.
That makes sense, yeah. Echo Park. Okay, a dog kissing a ham is okay. Two people kissing is not. What about a dog kissing a person? Is that allowed? Dog kissing a person, totally fine.
But I can't see him there anymore. He just can't seem to be found. Perhaps the man over there will know. He
If I give it names. Just doesn't like. Nope, rejected. Just doesn't like kissing. Oh, it's a dog.
I got it. We'll get a ride on a truck.
Great, Ted.
I like trucks, I always will. Big or small, I like them still. I like trucks, I always will. I like trucks.
A peck. Alice giving Bob a peck on the cheek is rejected by the safety system. All right.
Fire truck is shiny red with the ladder up so long. The milk truck comes before I wake with milk to make me strong. A garbage truck, a pickup truck, they're all so big and tough.
Yeah.
When I see them, I can't seem to get enough. 'Cause I like trucks, I always will. Big or small, I like them still. I like trucks, I always will. I like trucks. Moving truck carries things you want to move around, and the 18-wheelers go between every city and town. I guess I just appreciate all the things that they can do. Oh, and when I can drive one, it'll make me come true. I like trucks, I always will. Big or small, I like them still. I like trucks, I always will. I like trucks. I like trucks.
You can kiss a truck, apparently.
I like them.
Just be quiet so we won't scare him away.
What a good dog. We go into the wild blue yonder, lost again, son of a bitch.
Down we dive, spouting our flame from under. Off with one mighty roar.
Join the Air Force, kids.
And me, we're flying free. Nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force.
Some of the kids from the Lennon Daycare Center will probably grow up to fly MiGs
Into the clouds,
and fight the Kidsongs kids in the air,
making a sound,
causing tensions to escalate
feeling proud.
in a geopolitical incident.
Spouting our flame from under. Off with one mighty roar. It's you and me, we're flying free. Nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force. Nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force.
My favorite part of Kidsongs
We're leaving.
is just the Casio keyboard MIDI instrumentation of all these songs.
People in the bus go up and down, up and down, up and
This, I think, is the bus song.
the bus go up and down, all around the town. The wiper on the bus goes swish, 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 swish. The wiper on the bus.
I like how there's just like three random adults on this bus full of children singing.
The
bus goes beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. The baby on the bus goes wah, wah, wah. All around the town. Ding, bang, home again. Home again, oh, home again. The bus is going to bring you home again, and then you will be home. Now I want to see the Soviet version of Kidsongs from 1989.
Hi, how you doing?
Uncle George, where's your car?
Oh, hi, Alice. No relation.
Well, I must have left it at the park. We'll have to go back and get it.
Great! The park again.
I thought you were bored of the park.
We're almost done with Kidsongs.
Uncle George.
Cars, boats, trains, and planes.
It wasn't me. It was him.
Dog. Bup, 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 bup. Actually, the romantic couple was credited. I like how my favorite part of this actually is how bad the lyrics are for the original songs. The dog is the best part, yeah. Yeah, we can, oh my god, dog! Oh, that's so good. Sorry, I want to just get that, just in case I can do anything with it. What a good dog. Snap zoom on the dog.
Do you know why Kidsongs is the best kids home video series in the world? Because every tape is all about things kids love to do.
This one's from '86.
Like riding roller coasters, joining the circus, and flying planes. Flying planes? Kids don't fly planes. In Kidsongs they do.
Okay, so we've seen this one.
From Kidsongs, cars, boats, trains, and planes. Making a sound like thunder, flying high, feeling proud.
We've watched Roller Coaster too. All right.
Coming over, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. Kidsongs, ride the roller coaster.
Let's see.
Coming over, baby, baby, you can't go wrong.
Let's check our list. Yep, Ride the Roller Coaster. We've watched that.
If you're happy and you know it, make a smile. If you're happy and Kidsongs, A Day at the Circus.
A Day at the Circus.
You know it, then your face will surely show it.
We do not have,
You know it, make a smile.
but it may have been sent in already. So. Oh God, the farm.
Day at Old MacDonald's farm.
We have watched this one.
E-I-E-I-O. Here and went there. Everywhere Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
Just whistle while you
A Day at Camp, not currently in the collection. But again, it may be in a box in my hallway. The dog! Race dog.
Kidsongs, let's play ball.
Hey, Eyewitness.
Home, home on the range, where the
Kidsongs, home on the range.
play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Kidsongs, what I want to be.
Bones connected to the shin bones, the shin bones
This
connected
one's new to me. Oh god.
bones connected to the hip bones. These bones gonna walk around. There were some kids who had
We did see this one, right?
what's his name? Oh,
Is this I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing?
Kidsongs, a day with
No, A Day with the Animals. Okay.
B-I-N-G-O and Bingo was his name. Oh, won't sing Matilda, won't sing Matilda,
Oh yeah, the Mr. World one.
won't sing Matilda with me. And he sang
Kidsongs, I like to teach the world to sing.
Come a thousand Matilda with me.
Kiss Jim along, Josie, kiss Jim along.
Oh no.
Kidsongs, very silly songs.
Okay, we have that one right here. But we have not watched it.
Little baby, don't say a word.
Sleepy time songs. Good night, sleep tight.
From Kidsongs, good night, sleep tight.
We have 2 copies of this, in fact.
Kidsongs, the kids videos you love to watch. If you would like to know where you can buy more Kidsongs music videos, then call us.
We want 'em.
We did it. That was Kidsongs. Let's see. Kidsongs, Cars, Boats, Trains, and Planes. Very Silly Songs is going back on the shelf. And we are going to thank Jacebook for the 1,000 bits. Jacebook said, but you know what we need to do? What we need to watch at some point? More Eyewitness. I'm excited for those coming in. And what better way to get excited for more Eyewitness tapes on Golden VCR than with the Eyewitness theme songs? We can do that. We can absolutely do that. I just need to find them. Let's see. Where did I put those? Eyewitness. Yeah, I think a couple of people, Jacebook and one other, yeah, Green Day have some Eyewitness tapes on the way for us. Okay, here we go. Let me add these up. Oh, did Bingo win? Did we have Bingo winners? I didn't see. But let's see here. I got this one. I've learned that playing the Eyewitness theme song means that the VOD is blocked in Russia. So it's always half the time something gets blocked, it's everywhere, and the other half of the time it's in Russia, and it's a completely bogus copyright claim when it's blocked in Russia. Yeah, Eyewitness has become one of our favorite series here. It's where are these from? From the late 90s. Most of them are narrated by Martin Sheen. We've had Eyewitness, Reptile, Ocean, Pond and River, Planets, Desert. A lot of people remember them from like watching them as kids, but they were produced by the BBC and have like really neat effects. in 3D graphics. Oh yeah, I have to remember that these clips are out of sync. If I sing or whistle along, it will not work very well for you. Okay. Thank you to JSbook for supporting the stream with that 1000-bit cheer, and also by sending in more eyewitness tapes. We're gonna. I think we're all gonna enjoy cracking into those. Okay, but for now, let's get back to tapes. All right. We said Viking Handbook. There's also Where There's a Will, There's an A, How to Get Better Grades in College. There's also Advanced Note-Taking, a Dynamic Keyword Approach, which seems very similar. Tapes on Dessert, I don't think so. That's something we haven't seen a lot of, is like food or cooking content. We had like a bread maker promo tape, and probably a few other things, but I don't remember any like food tapes, any culinary tapes. Let's see. Oh, a Sewing with Nancy tape too. Let's see. Top Flight Le Long Jus. Oh yeah, George Foreman grill tape. Excellent, excellent. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna pick out a few because I think I got a good selection of like long tapes that don't look like things we would want to watch for their full duration. So we can just get through them and, ooh, live translate Le Long Jus. All right. That'll be fun. Yeah, we can see where we get with this. So let me go grab a few tapes and I'll be right back. Check the pin. Haley92 and Kiwi Lee Scipio have won bingo. All right. Well, let's give them some points then. Congrats on winning bingo. Grant. Grant. Okay, 1,000 points to you both. Enjoy. Be right back.
It's gonna get dark soon.
Yeah, bingo is something organized by JSbook as a fun way to participate and maybe earn some golden VCR fun points, which you can use to submit alerts. Fun points are sort of kind of equivalent to bits, so you can use bits to cheer and do alerts if you feel like engaging with those fun features. But you can also use fun points. So like people who send in tapes, people who win bingo, people who subscribe, that gives you some fun points, and then you have those. Oh yeah, the command does have to be all lowercase, all one word.
Stand back.
Oh, it doesn't have to be lowercase. Neat. Cool. So let me see here, just for anybody that's popped in and is not in the Discord yet and wants to be. There's another Discord link. And let me show you what we got here. So we have where there's a will, there's an A. We have the Viking Sewing Machine Video Handbook. We have Cabela's Getting Started Fly Fishing, which is 90 minutes of fly fishing. We have Carlo Blanchard Le Long Jeu from Top Flight Golf. Enseignement spécialisé sur le long des golfs pour joueurs droitiers et gauchers. Découvrez les magnifiques parcours de Marrakech. And then we have the Tree Lounge Advantage, which is a promotional tape from Advanced Hunting Equipment Incorporated. So let's start out with where there's a will, there's an A, how to get better grades in college. We'll see what this is like, and then we'll see if we want to quit watching it after 10 minutes. How to get better grades in college. Let me pull this one up real quick. From 1988. A step-by-step training program to help students achieve higher grades. This seminar teaches students to learn more in less time with higher retention. The pressures of scholastic life can be so overwhelming that many students simply can't make the grade. And in today's highly competitive world of academics, superior grades and high test scores can be the determining factors, in gaining a good entrance to good colleges, graduate schools, professional schools, even in securing the best paying jobs. Developed by Professor Claude Olney, Where There's a Will, There's an A is a comprehensive guide to the mechanics of better learning. Whether it's knowing where to sit in class, when to study, how to take the SATs, or how to select the proper courses, this is gonna give me some flashbacks. Or how to select the proper course that's highly motivated to study smart. He's taught at Arizona State University for the past 20 years. Named Undergraduate Professor of the Year. Okay. Let's do it. Boom. Thank you, Bella Bunny. Oh, cool stream. Does anyone know where I can make a fortune in Bitcoin? Where there's a will, there's an A. It's rewound because I rewound it. It was not previously rewound. Here we go. Professor Claude. I'll say it now, I'll probably say it again. I am so glad that I am a 35-year-old man who does not have to go to school anymore. I remember every day of my life as a kid thinking, holy shit, I can't wait to not have to go to school anymore. And it finally happened. I finally got there. All right, Professor. All right, Professor. Come on. 40 seconds of nothing. If it gets to... Oh, here we go. Oh, what a janky-looking FBI warning.
How to get better grades in college. Where there's a will, there's an A.
Before the seminar, I was really burned out in school. I wasn't studying very effectively. I was studying hard and I was still getting poor grades. My GPA was 1.6.
Jesus Christ!
After the seminar, I learned how to study more effectively. My grade point average went all the way up to 3.0 and I anticipate 3.25 this semester.
How do you not get kicked out of school with a 1.6 GPA?
Really awful. I did really bad in school and I was really frustrated. And
is that what state school is like?
About to give up and just say I'll work at McDonald's the rest of my life. And then I was walking through campus and I saw a flyer about Dr. Olney's program on how to be an A student. And I was really skeptical at first because, you know, I've heard several times different ways that you can be a better student, and I just really didn't believe that it could be true. And then I went to this seminar. Now I went from a 1.0 or below 1.0 last semester, and I should have a 3.5 to a 4.0 this semester.
Before the seminar,
That's a D
I used to
average.
worry a lot, and my test scores were pretty poor. But now everything's easy, and my test scores have gone up. I've made a lot of improvement.
When I used to take tests, I used to get nervous, I'd get upset, and I'd really hate going into the testing area. And after I took the seminar,
I love these
I
testimonials.
found I would prepare better, I wouldn't get as nervous taking the test, and actually I ended up doing better on the test.
He's a college
Now I'm going
gymnast.
into graduate school, and I feel that I'll be much more prepared and much more at ease taking tests and studying.
It's changed my life. The seminar's changed my life.
You've just listened to some students that have taken my seminar, listened to my tapes, and begun to excel in school. They're no different than you are. If you listen to these techniques and apply them, you'll do just as well, maybe better.
Oh, it is ASU. Yeah. All right, we're into the 3-hour lecture here, I guess. So we'll see how long we stick with it.
I appreciate that. I've gotten warm welcomes at other universities. I was recently in Chicago, and cold back there. Went up to Milwaukee, visited with people from Marquette, Alverno, one of the top small colleges in the country. People even came over from Madison, from the University of Wisconsin. We had people driving up from Northwestern. Cold outside, but warm-hearted people, but it's always good to be back here at ASU. Let me just have you for a few moments picture yourselves in my shoes back about 6 or 7 years ago. Teaching at the university for many years, my 2 sons, a daughter.
He later wrote a book called The Bucks Start Here, How to Turn Your Hidden Assets into Money.
And we'd go to basketball games, and we'd go to things at Grady Gamage. And then my first son applies, and now picture yourself teaching here, and he's turned down. Missed the upper half of his high school class. What would you do?
He died in 1995, and I don't believe he was ever arrested for fraud.
I rushed out. I bought all the books I could find on how to get good grades, how to study, how to take tests. I even went to some seminars like this. I went to a few expensive ones. I remember one was $295.
Yeah, this
Friday evening, all day Saturday. I went to a memory seminar. Expensive. I can't remember how much it cost, though, but it was expensive.
This guy's a really bad public speaker. This is amazingly unengaging.
Through the books to pick out the little gems. I'd go through maybe.
What are we here for, Claude?
Good ideas.
Tell us what you want us to take away from this.
The more I realized that I had to tell my son something different than what most of them were telling their readers, and that was, you got to study hard. School isn't easy. It's going to take an awful lot of work. And I got that over and over again. Oh, they told me, for instance, I remember one seminar one evening, this young lady said, here's how you take a test. You make sure that you review it the night before. If you get stumped on a question, don't just sit there, move on. Get a good night's sleep, don't stay up all night. These generalities, the kinds of things that your mothers say when you're leaving for a night out. She waves and says, take it easy or be careful. What they should really be doing, I think, is telling us every time we leave the house, maybe one pointer, one technique. Maybe a technique like this. If you're in a left turn lane, ready to turn left, keep the wheel straight ahead so that if you get hit from behind, you're not shoved into a head-on collision. Well, that's what we're going to do tonight. Instead of any of these generalities,
We're going to get rear-ended and die in a head-on collision.
I'm going to give you more techniques, more methods than you've probably heard in all your days at school. My attitude after going through these techniques and working on them over and over again, I found out more and more that you don't study hard, you don't have to study hard to do well in school. The only thing you have to do is study smart. And if you do, you're going to have records like students right here at ASU. I'm thinking of, for instance, one of the first students that took my seminar about 2 or 3 years ago, Jay Russell, won the Outstanding Student Award last year at our honors convocation in the College of Business. 24 straight A's in a row, 5 semesters of straight A's after taking the seminar.
Oh, but this doesn't exist anywhere. We could watch the whole thing to preserve it for future generations.
That you don't have to study hard, you simply have to study smart.
You can't find this on YouTube.
Tonight it's
I
going to
think
be
it's
kind of like a little magic show.
only
Remember
on
when you were
VHS.
small and you showed your friends a little trick? For instance, I used
Let me explain to you what a trick is.
What I'm doing, if you listen to this on cassette tapes, is I'm bending one finger in my thumb and giving the illusion that my thumb or finger is coming off. What's the first question your friend asks you when you do something like this? That's it. How'd you do that?
It's just so slow and meandering.
And
Let me take a moment to show you a magic trick and explain it to you verbally
finger, you bend your
for the benefit of the audio tape audience.
And when you show them how it's done, what do they always say? I could have done that. And a lot of these things tonight are going to be like that. You're going to walk away and you're going to maybe say, well, I could have done that.
This is like the grand tradition of like,
If they came over to your house and sat down in your living room,
you know how in Beowulf it starts out like,
walked up to the door,
hark, hear this tale of, or like when someone recites like Homeric poetry, like the Odyssey, it starts out with this like beautiful preamble of like, you will hear tales of wonder and men.
and your dog scratched at that door.
He's doing that for this lecture, but in an incredibly dry and boring way. Okay, let's do this. Let's skip ahead a little bit and see what we see, and then we don't even need a poll. I think everyone's against this guy. Let's go 10 more minutes in and see if he's giving us some practical advice. Here we go.
Try it again. And now you've got this huge elephant that you can contain with a little rope. That's what you can do with your mind.
Your mind is like an elephant. Great practical tips. "25 minutes.
And gave him no techniques or no knowledge. If you just motivated him, what would you end up with? He said all you do is end up with a motivated idiot. And you know, there's some truth to that. And maybe that's what happened to me with some of the seminars and books. They were motivational, but I didn't have techniques. Let me give you another example of a student that was in my class.
He's talking about how all of his prior seminars have failed and been bad because they didn't have practical techniques, and and he is 30 minutes in and has yet to share any practical techniques. Oh my God.
For it, he found out that we can recall the first and the last facts, numbers, words, whatever, the best. Now, if that's true, and we've proven it here, what if you were to study things in short bursts, maybe in 5-minute segments? Now you're going to have a first and last, a second first and last, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth.
This is a real-life Saturday Night Live skit. Yep.
In a half hour. That's 12
I think so, Will Peters.
facts.
From the
Opposed to someone else that studies
from the ill-fated
entire
1980
hour,
season.
who has only 2 first and last facts. What a beautiful way of accelerating learning.
It seems like there's like 5 or 10 good tips in 3 hours of meandering footage just buried in there. Can you imagine being like a teenager with bad grades and your parents see a John Ritter commercial and buy this tape set for you and sit you down and make you watch it?
Grades. Choose what you like. You'll do much better at subjects that you like. My second son, star athlete, ACT score of 11. Do you know what an 11 is? ASU requires a 21 or 23 if you're from out of state.
And look at these idiots around here.
He's turned down. I filed a petition. I'm getting good at it.
Yeah, I cannot imagine this making anyone better at
I get letters.
school.
Well, the first letter I got says this. In reviewing your application for admission and your high school transcripts, we find that you rank in the lower half of your high school class. Goes on to say, if you want to appeal, fine. Well, we filed an appeal and he got in. By then,
I pulled some strings. Stand back! Oh my god. Do we need to stand back from this tape? Oh my god, it's a hype train! We're getting so hyped for this tape. That must mean this is a good tape that people love and want to see more of.
I've got to keep up with a 17-year-old. Do you see how you could turn it either way you wanted? The major is either old and bright, or this 17-year-old is young and bright. They're intimidating to each other, but it's in the mind. It's only because what we think.
Music.
This concludes session 1 of Where There's a Will, There's an A.
We got through session 1.
2 will begin in a moment.
Is there something in between? Is there something else besides this man talking? No!
Read your textbooks early. Why would this help?
Oh my god.
There are a few advantages, besides the obvious, getting a head start on everybody else. Well, you might get sick. You might have 3 tests in one day. You might have family affairs. You get burned out towards the end of the semester.
Awesome, Jason. I have to check on some tracking numbers to see if other stuff has come in, but I'll probably go to the post office today. I have so many tapes to scan now, and I think I might do a stream where we just hang out and I scan tapes, and you like see the scans pop up as I scan each tape, and that's basically it. I don't know, we might like put a tape on in the background, like one of these bad ones.
More in your life, rigidity, then take some of the courses in accounting or science.
This is the worst lecture I've ever seen.
Here. Our little diagram, the left brain problem.
Okay, let me just show you this. I just want to prove a point here. Let's eject this tape. That we've sort of skimmed through an hour of that. There's where we are. About halfway. So that's 2 hours. And then this other tape has at least an hour. They put together this whole 2-tape set for Where There's a Will, There's an A. It could not possibly have been condensed at all. They couldn't have made that any snappier. Oh, that smells like dead spiders. All right. Yeah, I think I'm done with that one. Yeah, we need we need a study tape to help you watch that study tape. All right, let's try. It's a shame Brandon isn't here for the one and only French language tape that we have. But let's try Le Long Jeu. Let me pull this one up again. It's our first sports tape. Le long jeu, partie 1, le long des golfs. Explication générale d'un bon élan. Position des mains. Établir une routine avant chaque coup. Les 3 lois fondamentales. Partie 2, les différents bâtons. Partie 3, les montées arrière. Partie 4, la descente. Partie 15, les coups spéciaux. Les effets, fade draw slice hook. Comment jouer en balle basse. Les pieds plus bas en cable, les pieds plus hauts que la balle. Les pentes ascendants, la fusée d'aller, les co-réversés. Narrateur Michel Lecroix, photographe Brenal Blas, durée approximative 103 minutes. Sorry, I'm doing my best at this. Wait, is this not rewound? Fuck. Alright. What a travesty. Le contenu de cette vidéocassette est protégé par les lois relatives aux droits d'auteur et est uniquement réservé à l'usage privé. La copie, la projection ou la distribution en tout ou en partie du matériel concerné, pour quelque usage que ce soit, sont strictement interdites. Aucune locution n'est permise sans l'autorisation écrite de les entreprises Carlo Blanchard Inc. Tout usage non autorisé rend le contrevent passible de poursuites à civil et à criminel. Well, this is from toujours réservé, fabriqué et imprimé au Canada. Carlo Blanchard, I'm pretty sure is a, well, let's see, Carlo Blanchard. Yeah, he is. Ooh, there's a Carlo Blanchard virtual golf course in Saint-Léonard, Quebec. I got this at a thrift store in North Carolina. I found several Canadian things in that thrift store, actually. Frappez les briques! All right, that's rewinding. Let me see if... Let's skip this one again. Let's skip another one. Well, that one's not rewound. Getting started fly fishing is not rewound. Damn it. Well, that one's coming along. I tried to kill time by insulting francophones. Apologies to all my francophone friends. What about this one? Is this one... Okay. We'll do, we can also do Viking Video Handbook. But this is almost done rewinding. Oh, we're so close. I have yet to get a longer cord. That's the tape rewinder. It doesn't reach. There we go. Okay, let's do it. It's time for Le Long Jeu. featuring Carlo Blanchard. Oh, there we go. I do not speak French, but I learned a little bit at one point in my life, and I know of some Spanish. So if you know English and you know Spanish or Italian or another Romance language, you basically know French. Morning, Brad. Look at that form. Well, Quebec, not France, but... Oh, hell yeah. What is this? Royal Air... Oh, Royal Air Morocco.
Que je vous invite à découvrir à travers cette leçon les différents aspects de l'élan et du long jeu.
We're going to Marrakech, baby.
Cadre enchanteur des terrains de la Palmeraie et d'Amelkis, deux magnifiques parcours dessinés respectivement par Robert Trent-Jones Sr. et Cabela Robinson. Elle vous permettra, je l'espère, de progresser rapidement et d'améliorer de nombreux aspects de votre jeu. N'hésitez pas à visionner cette leçon très souvent. Accordez-vous du temps pour la pratique et surtout, soyez bien patient. Après tout, vous jouerez probablement au golf toute votre vie. Avant de passer à la technique proprement dite, accordons-nous quelques instants pour découvrir ce royaume du golf qu'est le Maroc.
So, Krijan in the chat does speak French and is providing us a very off-the-cuff translation. You are under no duty to provide this service.
C'est avant tout la qualité et la diversité de ces infrastructures qui lui confèrent cette notoriété. De Tanger à Agadir et de Fès à Casablanca, tous les terrains du royaume ont fait l'objet d'une recherche et d'un développement particulier. Chaque parcours offre aujourd'hui un challenge qui lui est propre, à tel point que les plus grands professionnels de ces 30
Hey, Vagabond, gifting us up to Krijan. Thank you.
Au parcours rouge du Dar es Salaam de Rabat, un par 73 de 5400 verges, souvent comparé au difficile terrain d'Augusta.
It's more difficult than Augusta.
Sous l'égide de Sa Majesté Hassan II, amateur éclairé et visionnaire moderne d'un pays où le golf est en plein développement, la Fédération royale marocaine de golf et l'Office national marocain du tourisme font qu'aujourd'hui, l'Open du Maroc et le trophée Hassan II sont deux rendez-vous incontournables du calendrier golfique international où le jeu, souvent décrit comme un sport de roi...
Let's see what else I can rewind while this is going.
Marrakech. De toutes les villes du royaume, Marrakech, la perle berbère, est sans aucun doute la destination golfique par excellence. Empreinte d'images millénaires, la diversité des lieux en font un environnement touristique.
Yeah, I have a lot of hallway tapes and more to pick up.
Tradition, culture, exotisme.
I was thinking of doing
Le sens de la fête n'a d'égal que la
tape scanning stream.
Légendaire du peuple marocain. Royal Golf de Marrakech. Construit dans les années 20 par...
Prendre du recul.
Royal Golf de Marrakech est l'un des plus anciens parcours du Maroc.
Oh no.
Modernisé.
The tape rewinder is very angry.
Et pour cause. Imaginez.
I don't know if you can hear that. That's the sound of the tape rewinder.
72 serpentent entre cyprès, eucalyptus, palmiers, oliviers, orangers.
Pierre Gabriel, Vapeur.
Que l'extrême beauté de ce parcours ne vous déconcentre pas, car il vous faudra un jeu solide et précis pour amener une bonne carte et qui sait, peut-être aurez-vous la chance d'y croiser l'ombre de Sir Winston Churchill ou encore
Oh shit.
Eisenhower.
Oh no, okay. Something happened here.
Le golfe de la Palmeraie.
Did this always look this way? Hold on.
Jones tient entre ses mains un ciel toujours limpide, la Palmeraie de Marrakech et les montagnes de l'Atlas. Il crée le golfe de la Palmeraie.
There is a Robert Trent Jones golf trail in Alabama, so I'm familiar with him.
Véritable oasis aux portes du
I
désert.
don't know if you can see this.
Le décor est celui d'une vallée verte de plusieurs centaines d'acres située dans les espaces immenses du haut plateau et où les 18 trous de ce parcours, ciselés comme un bijou, ondulent entre des milliers de palmiers.
That reel in there
De ces sept-là.
is not supposed to be that shape.
Dessiné dans la plus pure tradition américaine, ce superbe terrain n'en oublie pas
That's
moins
what
la
the-
tradition mauresque et toujours apporté
The rewinder was crunching on.
ocre et les tuiles vertes du magnifique clubhouse.
So I don't know. We may not be able to trust this rewinder. I'm going to look at the original scan to see if it was already like this.
Inauguré en 1995, le golfe d'Amelkis est l'un
No, it wasn't like that. Okay.
mélange subtil du génie de Cabela Robinson et de la terre d'où elle est née.
We might have to retire the tape rewinder.
Sur 18 trous, l'enchantement des yeux et le plaisir du jeu. Si vous avez l'impression d'être en Californie ou en Arizona, ne vous y trompez pas. Toujours se glisse en toile de fond le charme irrésistible de Marrakech.
The irresistible charm of Marrakech.
Tout d'abord, dominant le terrain, le superbe clubhouse aux allures de Casbah, puis des fosses dallées aux trappes de sable protégeant des verres merveilleusement ondulés, les variations de rouge, d'ocre et de rose qui font la beauté.
It might be fine. It might, if I put it in the VCR, it might fix itself. Just going from reel to reel.
Et puis, bien sûr, la lumière. L'ombre et la lumière d'Amelkis, mariage parfait, où l'Atlas et ses sommets enneigés accompagnent imperturbables chacun de vos élans.
The landscape is beautiful.
Rien n'est laissé au hasard. La perfection et le plaisir sont de rigueur.
Okay, part one, the game of golf. I assume that's what that means.
Avant même de s'attarder à la technique de l'élan comme tel, je crois qu'il serait très important de comprendre ce qu'est un élan complet. Donc, si on faisait une moyenne, par exemple, en ce qui a trait au mouvement arrière chez la majorité des golfeurs, on obtiendrait une position qui donne à peu près ceci.
I was looking it up, yeah, spirit or
À partir
momentum.
de cette position, ce qu'on espère à la descente, c'est de créer une certaine accélération qui permet au bâton de prendre le maximum de vitesse lors de l'impact sur la balle et surtout de compléter le cercle et même de le dépasser. Tout ça sera rendu possible si les hanches et les épaules fonctionnent bien d'abord lors du mouvement arrière et surtout lors du mouvement de descente. Il faut toujours garder
Oh,
en
yeah.
mémoire qu'un élan de
Jizz game, like
s'effectue sur un mouvement
the long game.
circulaire. Donc, si on l'effectuait dans une position
Or the big
relevée,
game.
on verrait très bien le mouvement circulaire qui est créé lors du mouvement arrière et également lors du retour. Donc maintenant, le cercle qui a été formé dans cette position sera maintenant dans une position un peu plus penchée. Donc le plan de l'élan va varier un peu selon le physique et la grandeur d'une personne. Il est tout à fait normal que pour une personne de plus petite stature, que le plan d'élan soit légèrement plus plat. Donc un peu plus vers l'intérieur, alors que pour une personne un peu plus élancée, par exemple, le plan de l'élan sera légèrement plus relevé. L'important, c'est toujours de créer le fameux mouvement circulaire qu'on a discuté il y a quelques instants. Donc, n'oubliez pas que tous les experts et tous les grands joueurs sont unanimes à dire qu'on n'est jamais trop près de la balle. Donc, faites un effort lorsque vous prenez position, peu importe le bâton.
Okay, I'm making a poll.
De garder les mains quand même assez rapprochées de vos jambes.
Let me know if you want more Carlo.
Confortable, dans une position bien penchée et surtout de garder les mains légèrement rapprochées. On voit malheureusement beaucoup trop de gens jouer avec les mains qui sont relevées, qui va créer un mouvement, un plan d'élan qui sera inconfortable d'abord et qui va créer aussi beaucoup de distractions lors du mouvement de retour.
Oui ou non?
On n'insistera jamais trop sur l'importance d'une bonne position des mains sur le bâton comme tel, puisqu'en fin de compte, c'est quand même ça qui détermine la position de la face du bâton lors de l'impact. Le but premier, c'est de ramener la face
10
du
to
bâton
4.
exactement comme elle était au moment du départ, lors du contact sur la balle, de façon, bien sûr, à jouer avec une très grande précision. Les mains, c'est la seule partie de notre
This is some beautiful Moroccan scenery
avec le bâton comme tel. Donc,
for
il est
Carlo
important
to be
d'avoir une
teaching us
position qui soit
about
confortable,
basic golf
d'avoir
swing.
surtout une tension qui soit ni trop forte, ni trop molle, de façon à maintenir le bâton dans une position égale Et surtout,
All right.
avoir le bâton qui soit
That's it. That's it for Carlo.
au creux des mains. Ça, c'est
We're calling it
qu'on rencontre malheureusement
at 10
très
minutes.
souvent chez les amateurs de golf. Le bâton a tendance à être tenu beaucoup trop loin, trop creux au niveau des mains. Assurez-vous de tenir le bâton dans les doigts. Si on faisait un petit test, par exemple, je vous dirais, enlevez l'index et le pouce du bâton, tenez-le à 3 doigts.
Au revoir, Carlo. Yeah, so let's try. I'm curious. This may like get the tape eaten, but I'm curious if getting started fly fishing will be okay in my VCR. Let's see. I'm not that tore up about this fly fishing tape. Fun fact: Carlo is Squidward's French name. Thanks, Christian. All right, let's see if getting started fly fishing will work. Who knows? We're in the middle of a tape here because the rewinder wouldn't work.
Talk about our caddis flies. These guys right here. We have an elk-hair caddis, which is going to emulate the adult caddis on top when it's laying its eggs, bouncing up and down. We talked about that earlier in the video. The next one we're going to talk about here is an emerging caddis. Before it becomes an adult, it's got to emerge from the bottom. That's when it's rising to the top.
We don't have to watch this from the start because I don't think we're going to watch all 90 minutes of fly fishing.
It's not going to be way underneath the surface. It's going to be right underneath that surface. They're going to be very subtle takes. They're tougher to see than the rise on top. Very important part of the trout's diet.
Oh, excellent. Good idea, Bella. Thank you.
The angler should always have some emergers in his body. Now let's talk about some streamer patterns you should have in your fly box. First, let's start with the minnow patterns. Things are going to emulate minnows.
This is generic PS1 JRPG music. I like it.
Shad pattern. It's going to emulate. It's more natural looking than most of your minnow looking patterns. Doesn't have any kind of a cone head. Doesn't have any kind of a bead head. It's not going to be too heavy. It's going to kind of ride nice and high in the water column, which is nice. The other things we have here, they're called double bunnies. They're going to go down nice and deep. They're very heavy flies, also emulating shad patterns. The cone heads are going to get you down deeper in the water column.
Christian, I have given you some fun points. Thank you very much for live translating Carlo Blanchard golf.
This is probably your standby fly. If nothing's working, put on the cone head kiwi. You're probably going to get a strike from a fish. Great pattern to have in your fly box. The next flies we're going to talk about here are woolly buggers. These can imitate a multitude of things in the water, depending on how you...
What is this, like, lens cap vignette? Oh, it's not in the shot.
It's an attractor pattern for a streamer. Just like for a dry fly, we have it for streamers too. If you strip these things nice and naturally, it's going to look like a leech.
This is very windy audio.
It's going to look like a big stonefly now tumbling in the water. If it's an erratic coming back forth to you, it's going to look like a minnow pattern, maybe even a sculpin pattern. A few things that differ on these things are colors. Some of them have legs, some of them don't. And I want to point out one key thing on this fly right here.
Is it just 90 minutes of this song?
I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a little flash right down the middle of the body. That's what we call a lateral line. All fish have a lateral line. This is very important on a woolly bugger pattern. Now I want to show you a good selection of bass, pike, crappie, sunfish, just a good warm water selection of flies. First of all, you can see up here,
there's a little rolling line through the tape that might be tension issues from it being screwed up on the reel.
I have green, I have chartreuse, I have all sorts of different kinds of colors. Let me show you different things about the bodies of these flies. First of all, let me show you this guy here. As you can see, big and ugly. Pike love this fly, bass love this fly. It has some crazy legs coming out the side, and its tail is very, very long, as you can see. Just like that, with a big old chartreuse tip on it. Drives them crazy. It stays on top. It's kind of got a diver head. So it's gonna kaploosh in the water and go down probably about an inch or so, and then come right back up to the top. Drives them crazy every time. Next fly here I'm going to show you. It's kind of got yellow, black, a little bit of brown in there. Looks kind of like a bumblebee.
Oh, the Twitch ghost.
If a bumblebee lands on the water, I will guarantee you the bass will eat it. That's why I always have one of these in my box at least. Throw this if you're having a slow day, whatever, it's a great fly for bass. As you can see, this fly here is white with a red head. There's nothing in the water that really looks like that. Bass will still eat it. We call this an attractor fly. Anything to drive them crazy. Bass are very aggressive fish for the most part, very territorial. If they have something in their area they don't like, they're going to eat it, even if it looks like something they've never seen before. They'll just get rid of it. They'll engulf it. Kind of looks like a little minnow. It's got kind of a shiny, shimmery tail and its chartreuse body with some dumbbell eyes. Crappie love minnows. Crappie will eat this thing till there's no tomorrow. Sunfish, perch, you know, whatever you're going after, they're gonna love this fly. It's just a minnow imitation. Very simple, very plain. Another great fly for panfish is a trout fly. A lot of trout flies are gonna double as panfish flies, like these guys right here. This first one here is our royal wolf. It's an attractor pattern. It's gonna sit on the water. You can even give this guy a little twitch. It's going to get their attention. They're going to look up at it. They're going to come. They're going to smoke it. They're going to eat it. They love stuff like this. Same thing goes with this guy right here. This is our caddis fly. Whether you're trout fishing,
that one has googly eyes on it.
You're going to see caddis around there. This guy's going to be bouncing around
up at the top
of the water, laying its eggs. You're going to do the same thing for your sunfish and for your crappie. Even bass will take this. When looking to enhance your fly selection, make sure you have a variety of colors, sizes, and different kinds of patterns, all of which are going to enhance your fly fishing success. When you're looking through catalogs, you know, pick a pattern, pick an elk hair caddis. Look, get a 12, get a 14, a 16, and 18. Then get it in tan, olive.
That's amazing.
They offer, and get it in those colors. That way, when
the
you're
creepy
on the water,
crawler
you see that caddis, you pick it up, you look at
goo
it, you
oven.
say, oh, it's a tan caddis. You're going to be able to go in your box, you're going to match that baby up with the size and the color, and you're probably going to get that fish. That's one of the biggest things with fly fishing, is knowing your flies, having the right patterns to use, and then putting them on the water and fishing with success.
Tying the knots. Oh boy.
Knots are a very important part of fly fishing. There are 3 basic knots you should know: a blood knot, a clinch knot, and a nail knot. Let me show you these knots now.
Important knots is an improved clinch knot. And that's tying your fly onto your leader. I'll show you how to do it. Go up to the eye, get out a reasonable length of leader, and we wrap the leader around, just like that, about 5 to 6 times. Then back through that little loop. See that little loop right there? Go back through. Now we formed another loop right here. We're going to bring that leader back around.
Okay, I made another pole.
And through. We'll bring it right up, hold on to it.
If you're captivated by knot tying, we can keep going.
Another important knot is called a blood knot. And it's used to attach 2 different sizes of tippets together. I'm going to form an X. We're going to wrap the green over the orange.
Well, at least we know that this tape is okay.
Come back with the green, where that little V is. Bring it through. Then grasp it with our hand. Go back around with our orange, forming a loop there. Now, we see this tippet, it's come out of the hole. So then we've got to go back through with the orange into the hole, just like that. Now, notice that we have 2 loops right through the middle, just like that. Now we reach up, hold on, and pull, just like that. And you have a blood knot. Boy, let me tell you, it's going to take some practice. But once you get it, it'll be the easiest.
Yeah, that might fix it.
We're now going to attach our leader butt to our fly line. This is called a nail knot. We're going to use a Mudas tool. Now we lay the fly line on top of the tool. We're going to wrap around. Notice how it's holding our fly line in. You can do this knot by hand. It may not come out as pretty. But this little tool really does a professional job of tying in this little hard knot. Like that, go right underneath the loops that you've made. Make sure it's secure. Now we're going to slip it off. Again, we're cinching up, making sure it is tight, so all the loops will be nice and even. Now we take it off the tool, and we pull. There we go.
There we go. It looks like we're going to be done with this one soon, according to our poll results. Let's see. This is hard to do.
We're now going to talk about dry fly fishing. fishing to rising trout. We're going to be using stream-borne bugs, and we're also going to be using bugs that are on the land, hop into the water, like a grasshopper, a beetle, an ant, a cricket. Dry fly fishing is fairly simple. What you're going to try to do is get your fly into the feeding lane of the trout.
This audio is
nice
bad.
Drift
Wow.
downstream or upstream to a trout.
It looks like we're done. Let me just fast forward a little bit and see if it breaks the tape. I was just trying to simulate real quick what because I set a little thing up in OBS. I'm not gonna do a tape scanning extreme right now, but I'm going to just test what that would look like. So let's see. Here we go.
It's really pretty clear cut. The fish are either feeding or they're not. And when they're not feeding, it's real tough to get them to strike. But when they are feeding, you must
Whoa, look at this.
the insects almost exactly.
We have the Viking video handbook.
Clear water. And we talk about still waters. It could be a great big pool of a river. It could be a little pond or a little spring creek. Or it could be a big lake. But the theories remain the same.
Wait a minute.
When fishing the still waters, you want to look for a lot of moss.
Damn it.
And undergrowth. And watch. Use your eyes, your polarized glasses.
I had this set up.
Cruising. If they're cruising and moving, they're probably feeding.
There we go. Okay.
Notice that I'm varying my retrieve. Like another cast.
All right.
Fast strokes like
Now
this,
let's scan the back of the tape.
slow strokes to try to see which type of retrieve may work.
Whoa, look at that. It's the back of the tape.
Fishing in a lake for trout. It's going to be a little bit
Great.
different than fishing in the stream. There's a few things that you must have when you're fly fishing in a lake. The most important part of fly fishing in a lake is the depth you're fishing at. Whatever you're going to be using, whatever the trout's eating.
Anyway, I might do a tape scanning stream at some point where we just hang out and scan tapes. So keep an eye out for that. You would be able to see the tapes briefly appear on screen as I scan them. Just wanted to make sure that worked. Whoop. What do we got next? What's it going to be? I think... yeah, I might do it on Saturday. Okay. Well, that was... What do we think of... What did we learn about fly fishing? Basically nothing. There's some lures you can use. You can tie knots. Oh yeah, that's great. This is totally fine now. Like the tape got taken up on the reel just fine. Excellent. Excellent. But I may not rewind any more tapes that are potentially valuable on that thing. You can definitely put... I did not know you could put googly eyes on your fishing lures. Hey, how about the Tree Lounge Advantage? I thought this one was going to be long, but it actually looks like a pretty short tape. It seems like it's a promotional thing for these products that you use for deer hunting, where you can sit in the tree like this old man with a rifle. The Tree Lounge Advantage. This video shows actual hunting scenes which were taken over a number of hunting seasons by Bob and Margaret Heiss. There is lots of exciting hunting action which shows the harvesting of trophy bucks with gun and bow. It also demonstrates the many Tree Lounge advantages and shows how these advantages combine to help make tree stand hunting safe, enjoyable, and successful. We believe that these tree lounge advantages will at least double a hunter's chances of seeing or shooting a deer. For a free brochure and price list, call or write Advanced Hunting Equipment Incorporated, P.O. Box 1277, Cumming, Georgia. Now, class, don't you make no jokes. 30028. Copyright 1998. Okay, let's check this one out. It's been in the. It's number 90. It's from the initial batch of tapes. It's been in here for a long time. Cumming, Georgia is pretty wild. A tape from 1994? Like any tape from 1994? Probably. Ooh. Let's see, probably. Yeah, a bunch. Oh well, all of these crappy cartoon tapes are from '94. As is Mighty Machines at the Racetrack, Merry Sports Bloopers Christmas, Keeping You in Stitches, which we watched, the Donkey Kong Country tape. A lot of 1994 in there. If you go to goldenvcr.com, you can take a look at the tape list and sort it by year. Poor dear friend. Ouch. Ouch. That would really hurt. Yeah, bow hunting is a pretty big thing. Yeah, so like oh my god, he's so happy about it. I've never hunted. I don't know that much about hunting. I've of course had, like, growing up in Alabama, had friends and relatives that were very into deer hunting. It is at least in theory, like, highly regulated. So there are seasons, there are game wardens, you need licenses. The hunting seasons, oh my god, shut up, you weirdo, are designed to, occur at times when it is, like, beneficial to control the deer population. And there is a ton of overpopulation of deers. And they have diseases. But yeah, I've never understood the glee of, like, killing stuff. Just pick it up by that tail? Ugh. This is a weird thing to watch.
Hello, I'm Bob Heiss, President of Advanced Hunting Equipment, the company that makes and sells the tree lounge and tree lounge accessories. This is Margaret, my wife and hunting partner. Margaret likes to hunt, and I like to operate a video camera. When making hunting videos, we work as a team. Margaret does the hunting, and I do the camera work.
Oh, that was Mark.
Since we started advanced hunting equipment in 1980, Margaret and I have done a lot of field testing of the tree lounge and the tree lounge accessories.
I am fascinated by this guy's voice and accent.
The tree lounge is the best tree stand made. It is best because the design of the tree lounge gives the hunter the features that he needs for safe, enjoyable, and successful tree stand hunting. The tree lounge is completely different from other tree stands.
We're learning about
Folding up for
deer
carrying,
hunting
it telescopes.
from Bob and Margaret.
My piercing got embedded in my other ear, but I pushed it out myself.
Oh, God.
Instead
God.
of the platform,
I've been having a rough day.
The tree lounge has a comfortable sling seat that is made of premium grade trampoline material. Instead of a V-bar which grips the backside of a tree, it has two heavy-duty tree cleats which grip the front side.
One of Haley's ear piercings got embedded in her ear, which is a thing that not the first time that's happened.
Conventional safety belts.
But she managed to get it out herself. It seems like a very painful thing.
This design gives a tree stand hunter 5 advantages which affect safety.
Okay. It's a little scooty seat that you ratchet up the tree, and then you sit in, and then you kill a deer with
It gives
it.
him 7 advantages which affect hunting pleasure.
The 7 pleasure advantages of tree stand deer hunting.
It gives him 8 advantages which affect hunting success.
These are so many advantages. It's the tree lounge advantage. Margaret, you weirdo.
In addition, this design gives the hunter a number of other advantages which are very useful. The design of the tree lounge is protected by a U.S. patent.
Safety. So does the tree stand also turn into the deer carcass hauling wagon?
The hunter is usually in the woods alone. Often he is climbing when it is too dark to see, and sometimes when he is numb with cold. This is why a tree stand is the most important piece of equipment that a hunter can buy. For the kind of tree stand he uses will have a direct effect on his personal safety, on his hunting pleasure, and on his chances of seeing or shooting deer. Every time he climbs a tree, trip after trip, and season after season. As people get older, they tend to become more concerned about safety. This has certainly been true with me. And since I have already had my 72nd birthday, I am far more concerned about safety than most people.
72 candles. Oh my God. That's Bob. That's just candid footage of Bob's 72nd birthday.
After trip and season after season.
I have to record
As people
this.
get older, they tend to become more concerned about safety. This has certainly been true with me. And since I have already had my 72nd birthday, I am far more concerned about safety than most people. Let me demonstrate why Margaret and I feel safe when hunting with the tree lounge.
Birthday emote. We could do that. I mean, I don't. This is weird. This is a weird tape. It is a cute old man and his wife who gets really, really giddy about killing things.
Don't worry about our tree line slipping because we know that it has fantastic tree holding ability. It is the only tree stand made that has enough holding ability to climb a metal pole. Margaret and I have been climbing metal poles in hunting and outdoor shows since 1980.
Oh, threads eating cake. All right. All right, Facebook. We'll do it.
Has never slipped a single time.
But I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
We don't worry about our tree lands tilting when we shift our weight, for the tree cleats which grip the front side of the tree give it excellent stability. We don't worry about our tree land breaking, for we know that it is designed to support up to 1,000 pounds of static weight.
There, that guy has his feet like right under that. Now bow.
We don't worry about falling out when climbing, for we're sitting in a sling seat between two side rails.
This was made in 1998. So if Bob were still alive, he would be, let's see, Bob would have been born in
We don't worry about falling
1926.
when turning around, for we know how to do it safely.
So Bob would be 98 years old if he was still around. Heiss.
We don't worry about falling when in hunting position.
Bob and Margaret
Our
Heiss.
body is supported by
H-I-C-E.
the sling seat between the two side rails in such a way that we can't fall out.
Bob and Margaret Heiss of Cumming, Georgia.
The tree lounge is even safe enough to sleep in. And just for insurance, in case something should go wrong, we have our tree lounge safety harness, which we wear at all times.
You sleep while waiting for a deer.
These safety features which are inherent in the tree lounge design. Margaret and I have two other items which are even more important. First, we know how to use the tree lounge properly. Second, we are always very careful. For us, shooting a deer just isn't worth taking a chance on safety. There is always some risk when tree stand hunting.
This is the tree lounge
Stand
advantage.
made that is totally safe. How much risk depends on two things: the kind of equipment one uses and how they use it.
So this is a promotional tape for this product from Advanced Hunting Equipment in Cumming, Georgia.
Deer hunting is supposed to be enjoyable.
A tree stand for deer hunting.
Something that we do for pleasure. But every year there are millions of hunters who have their hunting trips completely ruined by unsafe or uncomfortable tree stands.
It's hosted by the owner of the company, who is a 72-year-old man
An uncomfortable tree stand and a herding in 2 or 3
who loves to videotape while his wife hunts
When
deer.
this happens, a hunting trip becomes a miserable battle of endurance with a pain in the backside. Fear of falling can also ruin the pleasure of a hunting trip. In fact, worrying about safety is almost as bad as a pain in the backside. An empty ladder stand. Another hunter has lost the battle of endurance. It happens to millions of tree stand hunters each season.
That deer could be dead right now.
In this video, I stated
Poor shame.
that the design of the tree lounge gives a hunter a number of advantages which can help make tree stand hunting more enjoyable. Let's take a look at some of these advantages. The tree lounge is very user-friendly. It telescopes into a compact unit for easy carrying. The tree lounge weighs 18 pounds. The foot climber weighs 7.5 pounds.
I haven't made any shorts in a while. It's just a lot of effort for
Once you learn how, it takes 2 to 3 minutes.
not a lot of payoff.
The tree lounge and foot climber to
But that is a good idea. Do you mean just a supercut of all the times they say cake? or the song with them never saying cake? So I figured out what this guy's voice reminds me of. He reminds me of Will Forte doing his Tim Calhoun character on Weekend Update in like 2000s SNL, where he's like a hapless, very strange man who's running for whatever political office. He's like, "My name is Tim Calhoun." Bob is not allowed to leave us with awkward silences. We do not fear silence on Golden VCR. We are like the polar bear. We have no fear. Thank you, Bella. He's watching his wife set up the tree stand. I saw Steven is going live. What is he? Is he doing Starfield again? Is that boy's always doing Starfield? We will head over there in a sec. We can leave. I have other things to do today too, so we can leave Viking sewing machine tape for another time. I want those of you who are interested. I want you to support our boy Stephen George getting back to Starfield after not sleeping forever. Oh, this is great. Yeah, I'll try and do a tape scanning stream soon. No, those aren't. That's not what those were. Don't worry about it. Those were pasties.
The tree lounge uses a stand-up, sit-down method of climbing.
Those were pasties, clearly.
Climbing is so easy that it's almost fun.
I would really take exception if Twitch
there are no straps or bungee cords
gave me shit
climber to hassle with
for that image. Given that, like,
stick your toes in
every time I log into Twitch and it shows me the list of streams. Ooh, that's a very good hunting stand image.
The sling seat of the tree lounge.
Every time it has this fucking channel
Who use the tree lounge find that they're able
that's
to
like somehow totally fine with Twitch.
even 12 hours in complete comfort. Margaret and I always carry a good supply of candy and crackers in our utility packs.
Twerk
If we get
countdown.
hungry, we have a snack.
Yeah, Twitch is like, hey, you've watched Stephen George. You would like this channel. Viewers who like Stephen George also like this channel. So whoever you are in the audience, you know who you are. Who knows? Also, focus, please.
If things slow down, we put our gun in the gun holders, fix our pillow, and take a nap.
That is very Alabama/Georgia, saying pillow. Put down your gun, take a nap. Unedited footage of Margaret laying down for a nap in her tree stand. What a beautiful scene. Are we still on pleasure advantages?
Hunting with the tree lands takes the misery, the worry, and the hassle out of tree stand hunting. It just helps make your hunting trips more enjoyable, the way they're supposed to be.
Man, this is slow, but unlike the lecture tape, I don't mind how slow it is. Let me just see. I want to see how far we are on the tape. Yeah, this is a 30-minute. This has got to be a 30-minute tape. So we will be done with this tape just about the time that Steven goes on camera, like a couple minutes after, and we'll go rate him. Oh, or it'll just stop working. It's having a real hard time with this. Okay, come on.
I don't know anything more enjoyable than being out in the deer woods on a beautiful autumn day and watching deer that are completely unaware of your presence. We watched this spike for over an hour during one of our 1996 hunting trips.
Stop. I'm an eagle. Oh, God, no. Don't shoot. I'm on the endangered species list. Oh, we do have cake.
This is another buck that we saw during a 1996 bow hunting trip.
Let me do cake.
This is a big 10-point that is over 100 yards away. However,
I don't actually need to see the end of this right now.
Camera up to 24 power, I can get a good look at his rack. He was way out of bow range, so all Margaret and I could do was watch as he walked out of sight.
I want to see if there's more candid footage of Bob. Oh, I think we're wrapping up here. We got some music.
10 hours a day. For we know that sooner or later our patience will be rewarded.
Oh, we're gonna get another Margaret's murder montage. She just loves killing. Oh, you missed, Margaret.
Now, this is one happy hunter.
No, you hit it, I guess.
This is the kind of hunting that we dream about.
Oh, no, I got it.
And this is what hunting with the tree lounge is all about.
She's so fucking giddy every time she kills something. Oh, no, now we're into hunting success. Okay, let's save that for another time. That was something. Here we go. I'm going to clear the tape. That was the Tree Lounge Advantage. I might scan through that and just see if there's more like birthday footage. Otherwise, I think we got our fill of it. Thank you all for tuning in for some wonderful tapes today. We're gonna cake because we had another 1,000 bits from Jacebook. Thank you, Jacebook. More threads eating cake. Why not? And then I will be back Friday. Maybe we'll do some exercising. Maybe we'll just scan tapes for 4 hours. Who knows? Tune in 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you there. And let's just cue up a little bit of Cake. Only the second time we're hearing this song, unlike some other songs. Let's see. It's going to be this one. Go.
Right. Well, why didn't you say so? They've got cake! They've got cake!
Is pleasure advantage our raid message? Let's see. We had this very fascinating Trans-Siberian Railroad Soviet Union tape. We did Kidsongs, Le Long Jeu, Getting Started Fly Fishing, Tree Launch Advantage. We'll miss you, Deb.
Everybody, we got cake. Nothing could be sweeter.
That cake had big bang meter.
Raise your hands and move your feet. Everybody, we got cake. We got cake. We got cake. We got cake.
No, that's not how you spell Kabusi. They say Kabusi, not Kabusi.
There's so much hella bumping.
This beat here sure is thumping.
Everybody, we got cake.
Hey, catch you ain't joking.
This pachyderm groove is smoking. This band's so hot I'm soaking.
Everybody, we got cake. We got cake. We got cake.
This was Threads, the last tape from the previous stream, broadcast 39. You can find it on YouTube right now.
Oh, hey, thanks for letting us.
I really enjoyed the last stream.
Party after all. That cake was absolutely inspiring. I don't suppose I could get the recipe for my wife.
Quite right.
Well, all my recipes are back home.
I guess it is, Bella.
If you could help us find our way back home, I could give it to you then.
What a smashing idea! Are you ready to go then, chaps?
I'm ready.
Me too.
All set. Wait, where's Patches?
I'm right here. I figured we should wrap up my present before we go. If one of these pachyderms got a whiff of this sneasel bush, we'd have spent the rest of my birthday on the moon.
Oh yeah, they did include the entire cake song in the end credits of that, right? All right, that's it, folks. We're gonna raid now. Hashtag pleasure advantage. I'll see you back here on Friday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 10 a.m., whenever you want to tune in next. Hope you have a lovely day, and go enjoy some Starfield. Take it easy, folks. Let's raid Stephen Gorb. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you for ensuring that I will continue to have that song stuck in my head for the rest of my life. Love you all. Bye.